Top 5 Things to Learn from the E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber. Introduction. All right, here's the deal. You started your own business, right? So, you must be living the dream, setting your own hours, answering to no one, sipping fancy coffee while the world marvels at your entrepreneurial genius. But hold on a second. Why are you still pulling all-nighters, running between 10 tasks like a headless chicken, and wondering why you ever left your stable 9-to-5 job? That's the E-myth, the entrepreneurial myth, that if you're good at something, you can build a successful business around it. Spoiler, it doesn't work like that. Michael E. Gerber comes in like a business therapist in the E-Myth Revisited, offering tough love, practical advice, and a wake-up call for all those who feel like their business is running them instead of the other way around. If you want to escape the hamster wheel and actually build something sustainable, pay attention. Here are the top 5 takeaways, plus some tough love, to turn your entrepreneurial chaos into order. 1. The entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician walk into a bar. Surprise! You're not just one person. You're actually 3 people stuck in one body. Before you get too freaked out, let's break it down. According to Gerber, you're not just a business owner. You play 3 distinct roles, and the key to success is balancing them. The entrepreneur is the visionary, the one with all the big ideas and the person who dreams up a new future for your business. The manager is the one who makes sure everything gets organized and runs smoothly, turning those big ideas into actionable plans. The technician is the doer, the one actually rolling up their sleeves and getting the day-to-day. Now, here's where most small business owners get stuck. They spend 90% of their time as the technician, trapped in the daily grind, and barely have time to think as the entrepreneur or manager. You're so busy doing the work, you forget to run the business. Gerber's solution? Embrace your inner split personality. You need to consciously shift between these roles to get the right things done at the right time. Sure, it sounds like business schizophrenia, but without it, you'll be forever stuck on the hamster wheel. No, you're not that important to your business, so stop doing everything and start thinking strategically. Gerber makes it clear that the technician is what most people identify with, especially when they start a business. You love baking, so you open a bakery. You love coding, so you start a tech company. But here's the rub. Being good at something doesn't automatically mean you'll be good at running a business around it. The roles of manager and entrepreneur are crucial, yet often neglected because the technician takes over, especially when things get tough. And when that happens, you're left exhausted, stressed, and probably wondering why you even started this whole thing. The true challenge, Gerber argues, is pulling yourself out of that technician mindset. Force yourself to schedule entrepreneur and manager time, even if it feels unnatural at first. It's the only way to start working on your business rather than just working in it. 2. If your business depends on you, you don't have a business, you have a job. Let that sink in for a moment. If your business would crumble the moment you step away for a week, or heck, even a day, you've essentially created a very demanding job for yourself, not a real business. And guess what? You're the worst boss you've ever had because you never give yourself a break. Gerber doesn't mince words here. He wants you to realize that for your business to truly succeed, it needs to run without you micromanaging every single detail. You need to create systems that allow the business to function on autopilot. Sound impossible? It's not. It's just uncomfortable because it requires you to let go. But if you can't, your business is always going to be like that clingy friend who freaks out when you're not texting them back immediately. It's time to set some boundaries with your business. This is one of the hardest truths for entrepreneurs to swallow. Most people start their businesses out of passion, thinking they'll just love working every day. Fast forward a few months or years, and that passion starts to fade when you realize you're not really free. You're trapped in a job you created for yourself. Gerber's advice here is a reality check. You didn't start your business to work harder. You started it to gain freedom, financial or otherwise. To break free, Gerber suggests creating systems and processes that anyone, not just you, can follow. That way, the business operates smoothly whether or not you're there. It's not just about hiring people to replace you. It's about designing a business that can thrive independently. Think of it like baking a cake. Once you've got the recipe down, anyone can follow it and get the same results. You don't need to be in the kitchen every single time. 3. Systematize everything. Let's get real. Chaos isn't cute, even if you're the one running the show. The key to getting out of the daily grind is to create systems and processes for everything. And when Gerber says everything, he means it, right down to how the coffee is made in the office, because you know that's a big deal. The goal is to turn your business into a well-oiled machine that doesn't rely on constant supervision. This is how you scale. Instead of just winging it every day, you've got to be intentional about documenting every process. How you answer customer inquiries, how you onboard new clients, how you track inventory, how you write emails. Once you've got these systems in place, anyone can follow them, and you can finally focus on the big picture rather than putting out fires all day long. Let's be honest. Most small business owners operate in what Gerber calls the adolescent phase, that messy period where you're constantly reacting to problems and have no real structure in place. It's exhausting, frustrating, and unsustainable. The solution? Systematize, systematize, systematize. At first, it may feel overly rigid, like you're trying to turn your business into a factory. But creating systems doesn't kill creativity. It frees you from the monotony so you can actually be creative again. Once you've got predictable, repeatable processes in place, you can focus on growth instead of survival. Imagine your business as a franchise, even if you never plan to open more than one location. Think about how McDonald's operates. Every burger tastes the same whether you're in New York or Tokyo. Why? Because the process is ironclad and everyone follows it. Consistency is key to scalability, and that's what Gerber wants you to understand. You're not just building a business. You're building a system that can operate without you hovering over every detail. 4. The franchise model. Speaking of McDonald's, let's talk about the franchise model. Whether or not you plan to franchise, Gerber believes that you should structure your business as if you will. Why? Because franchises thrive on consistency, and consistency is the secret sauce to growing a sustainable, scalable business. When you think of your business as a franchise prototype, you start focusing on how to make every part of it work predictably and efficiently. This mindset shift forces you to document processes, create training programs, and streamline operations in a way that ensures anyone can step in and run the business. Even if you never plan on franchising, the franchise mindset can revolutionize how you think about your business. Gerber's idea here is that every successful franchise operates on systems, not people. The people are interchangeable because the systems are rock solid. This idea might feel a bit foreign or even restrictive at first. After all, you started your business to be different, right? To inject some personality and uniqueness into your work. But systems don't have to kill creativity. In fact, they're the foundation that allows you to innovate without worrying about the basics falling apart. Think of it like jazz. There are rules and structures, but within those you have room to improvise. By adopting this approach, you're not just building a business that can grow, you're building one that can last. Even if you decide to sell the business down the line, having a franchise-ready operation will make it way more attractive to potential buyers. 5. You can't do it alone, so stop trying. Here's a news flash you might not want to hear. You are not a superhero. Sure, you might have launched this business all by yourself, but that doesn't mean you have to run it all by yourself. One of the biggest mistakes small business owners make is thinking they can and should do everything themselves. Gerber says no. You need help. Hiring, delegating, and trusting others to handle certain aspects of your business is crucial to long-term success. No matter how skilled or motivated you are, you simply can't scale a business if you're doing everything. It's not just about hiring more people. It's about letting go of control and allowing others to contribute their expertise. This is where ego comes in. As a small business owner, it's easy to believe that no one can do things as well as you can. But Gerber is pretty blunt here. If you can't learn to trust other people to do their jobs, you'll never be able to grow your business beyond its current state. Delegation isn't just about handing off tasks. It's about empowering your team to take ownership of their roles. And that requires you to step back and focus on the bigger picture. You need to stop being the bottleneck and start being the leader. Conclusion. The bottom line? Running a small business is tough, but it doesn't have to be chaotic. The E-Myth Revisited teaches you that success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. By embracing the entrepreneur, manager, and technician within, creating systems that allow your business to run without you, and learning to delegate, you can turn your small business into a well-oiled machine. The goal isn't to be the hardest worker, it's to build a business that works hard for you. Ready to step out of the daily grind and start thinking like a real entrepreneur? It's time to let go of the myth and get to work on building something that lasts.